Hit open, right?
All right.
Hit start.
You hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see if I can see you. Hold on. I'm about to share the link. Give me 1 second. Can definitely hear you. Okay. Come on, my brother. Almost there. All right, let's see. All right, share it to Facebook. Okay, we're going backwards now. Down on that. All right, there we go. Young man in the building. I feel you.
Sure.
All right. Let me get ready to introduce you. You know, say it properly, like all the wonderful guests that come onto the show, and I'll be on camera with you in just a moment.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As we are airing right now with over 500,000 streams and downloads on Roku TV and Amazon Fire, I'm bringing to you right now a young man of destiny, man of purpose, man of vision. Let me tell you, man, this young man so fly outside the whole scope of just money and things and real estate and just doing fashion show. This is the very essence of a human being that you need to take a picture because like they say, it's going to last longer. You will never, ever in your lifetime see this much greatness sitting on the other side of the camera, man. I'm going to tell you, man, this man is an HBCU graduate. I mean, very enlightened human being, wonderful human spirit, a real go-getter. Also, this is a family man and a man of religion and faith. So now we get in the greatness of all that God has put into him. This man is also yet humble and cool and approachable and has always been about his business. And he's going to give you a wonderful story of starting from humble beginnings. And as he's transitioning to make more money, and gain more properties, and more properties, this brother gonna create jobs for y'all out there in the way. So I'm telling you, this is somebody you need to tap in, you need to link into, and celebrate this man as he goes through his journey that we call life. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome to the show my homie, my friend, straight from the home team. Hey man, this is Oscar. Hey, Jessie. Man, welcome to the show, my good brother. I appreciate having you this afternoon.
Man, it's all good, man. It's all good. How you doing today?
Man, everything is wonderful and divine in the world, and I just appreciate you here, and we healthy and we living, brother. And the Rona ain't been on none of us right now. We good, man.
Yes, so yes, we good.
I appreciate that.
We good. Paying homage to those who we lost, over the last year. Definitely who lost a loved one. All that, terrible stuff that we had to go through over the past year. So definitely want to pay homage and celebrate those lives that's not here anymore. So.
That's right. Rest in peace, rest in heaven, transition to all those great souls that's gone. But we never forget them. They live on forever, eternity, even in here or even in here.
That's it.
All right, y'all. I'm going to take y'all back into a story, man. We're going to make sure we get some good understanding. We did a few interviews with him on the podcast. And now that we're streaming on Roku, I would like to ask, just jump into your story for a minute, do a little time travel, a little back to the future with Oscar Jessie as the main star. Riding in a DeLorean. Let the people know where you from originally, my brother.
I'm here from Augusta, Georgia. Born and raised, Augusta, Georgia. Been here all my life. Went to Richmond Academy, graduated from Richmond Academy High School. Matriculated Augusta Tech, graduated from Augusta Tech as well. Went to Payne College, graduated from Payne College with my bachelor's in psychology. As well as a past realtor, used to work in real estate. I obtained my real estate license about 17 years ago. So I did a stint of real estate, from real estate to construction company, from construction company to now development. In between, I did fashion events as well. So just a little some of everything.
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? Jack of all trades, master none, as they say. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you on that. Let me come back with you. Let me travel a little bit in your timeline. Jessie, at what point did you decide growing up, coming from where you come from, did you say to yourself, I think I need to own more property, more land, have more businesses? What was that like for you? When did you connect with that understanding?
Man, growing up as a teenager, always spending time with my family members downtown in the downtown area of Augusta. When they first started the development downtown, I noticed that they was building new housing next to abandoned housing. So I said to myself, I want to take the abandoned houses that they're not touching and rehab them so they can conform to the new housing that's next to them, because no one's touching them. So at that point, I initially wanted to get in real estate for that point, to rehab old housing or abandoned housing, or bandos, some people may call them, and turn them into livable, affordable housing for people to stay in. So that right there initially sparked my interest, at the age of 17, 18 years old, at that point. So from there, I got my real estate license about 2 years after that, and end up selling real estate. So
Okay. That's cool though. It started at a young age, understanding the purpose and the plight of the people that's living downtown, which are heavily, especially back then, was African American, and seeing that this is your culture, this is your community, this is the essence of who you are that made you.
Yeah.
How do you feel about gentrification? Some people say gentrification is not bad as long as we are part of the process of it being gentrified. And some people say it's not good at all. What's your thoughts?
Gentrification, it is what it is. We can't control it. We can't stop it as much as we want to, as much as we want to buy all the property down there and wish that our families and people who look like me and yourself can stay in those communities. It can't be stopped. It's like one of those 12th Street trains that's going 50 miles per hour, and you try to jump in front of it. It can't be stopped. Now we see that we have places like the new James Brown Arena coming to town. You have MCG or Augusta University expanding and doing their thing down there. So of course they're going to want to protect their interests. They're going to want to put housing in that place, in the place around those things, to protect those multi-million-dollar investments that's going on. So believe it or not, the people who were in those areas, a quarter of them, 30%, maybe even more, moved to the South Augusta area. A couple of years ago, they closed down a lot of the housing that was downtown just to start redevelopment. And those people were picked up and moved to South Augusta. So we have to conform with the times, play the game, and help our people where they stand, whether they in South Augusta, West Augusta, North Augusta, Aiken, whatever the case may be. Will I love to have a stake in what they're doing down there? It's 50-50. But again, you see a lot of outside developers or individuals coming from out of town and looking at those multi-million-dollar investments that's going down there and want to buy up everything and make it pricey to where individuals who previously stayed down there can't afford it. So that's what you have now. I mean, everything, if you want to live somewhere nice now these days, it's costing $900 plus a month. So you have to conform with the times. Hopefully our city will work hand in hand with the powers to be to ensure that there's still housing and affordable housing in the city for individuals who are very low to low moderate, low income individuals. But you just got to help the people where they are now.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Since you spoke about pricing, and I noticed this has happened many other places too, globally and especially around America. When it comes to pricing, what tips can you give somebody when the outside developer is approaching a homeowner and says to them, "Hey, we're going to give you $75,000 and whatever, help you move. We want your property, but your property could potentially go up to $300,000-$400,000 in the next 10 years based upon where you're at, things of that nature." So what could you tell a person that wants to sell but that doesn't want to get bamboozled or used by the system?
Wait it out. Do your homework, first of all. You have to do your homework. My main suggestion would definitely be get with a realtor, not necessarily signing the contract, but working as a customer to find out what are the comp rates for that particular area. What are the other houses selling for in the area? Or, during these times, it's hard to find something else. So you don't want to get stuck in a situation to where you're selling what you have and then end up in a bubble trying to look for something else that may be a little bit more overpriced. So, during these times, like I say, the market is crazy. You have to do your homework. That's number one. You have to do your homework, link yourself with a professional, and make sure that you get some comps within the area, first of all. Make sure you see what the other houses are selling for in the area, around the area. Don't get caught up in just getting a quick dollar, even if you only paid $40,000 for it and they offer you 75. The houses around the area might be going for 100. And I'm just giving out, I'm just giving numbers. The house in the area might be going for 100. So there you go, sold for $25,000 less than what you could have got. And I don't know about you, but $25, that's a pretty piece of good change there.
Yeah, you're right. Shoot, $100 to me is a pretty good
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm with you. Just because you got money, you got to spend money. That's how you keep your money. Some of us need to learn that too. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Ain't that wrong with being frugal, being smart with your money, no matter what you have. We ain't gotta see. That's the thing too. Don't you think within our community, I know we've been stunted on, we've been fronted on for so long. When we get a little change, we get some bread, we're gonna be like, damn, we're gonna stun on other people. But is that the mind frame to have?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely. You gotta remain humble. And one thing that I learned in life is that you don't keep yourself humble, then the power to be, the man above, has a crazy way, funny way at times of humbling you yourself. So you have to remain humble. You have to be frugal. You have to study and know what to do, what not to do, what to buy and what not to buy, when to buy and when not to buy. There's things that you can buy or put in place now instead of going out there and buying the latest vehicle that's worth $40,000-$50,000. Get something that's $15,000-$20,000 and save the rest. So when that opportunity comes along to put that down payment on foreclosure or HUD home or whatever the case may be to set up generational wealth, then you're ready to go for that. But most of the time we'll go out and buy that latest vehicle and get caught up in $700 car notes and want to pay cash for this and pay cash for that, and end up when those opportunities come, then we left standing in the cold. When those opportunities come to invest in the Bitcoin or the whatever you call it, and or the Amazons or the GameStops, then we don't have the funds to do that because we want to take trips and buy this and buy that and buy the purse and buy the shoes and buy the cars and all that good stuff, and we left out looking crazy.
That's true. That makes a lot of sense. Like you said, putting forth good investments. I like what you said earlier when you spoke about generational wealth, because at the end of the day, it ain't about us at a certain point. Our time is never over, but there's a time for certain things that have passed. Like you don't have to have the J's no more. Or even if you did or never bought them, you don't have to have jewelry. I mean, unless you can like an investment, like you're saying, but you don't have to be flashy no more because you done moved into a different essence of yourself and of your life. And like, when you're around other people that got real true money, they not wearing none of that.
Yeah. They plain Jane. Yeah, probably have on $100 outfit, if that. So that's very important when it comes to saving up that money for that moment. You have to be ready for the moment. Because I just give you an example right now. HUD and HUD properties, foreclosed properties have been on a halt for right now because of what's been signed by the president, to put everything on the halt due to COVID. So therefore, there hasn't been any sales of foreclosures or foreclosed sales or HUD sales since last summer. So in a few months, that's going to be opening up. So can you imagine, God, Lord forbid, or I feel sorry for those individuals who had a tough time during this period, but it's going to be so many HUD homes and foreclosed homes that's going to be available in the next couple months. And if you have the change, if you had that $10,000-$20,000, you'll be able to secure that. Put you a couple thousand into it, to put a little paint on the walls or redo the floor, whatever the house needs, and make another, 30-40% return on your investment. And do it all over again and again and again.
I like that. That's good, man. I'm glad. I'm thankful for you coming on here, dropping them gems and them seeds for people to pick up and plant, because it's very important that at this time and period, like you're saying, that we get together and we start creating that generational wealth. So for any of y'all that's listening, this is the home team, Oscar A. Jessie. It's giving y'all some breakdowns, some science and knowledge right here on My Slavery Life at GeHolla. Now, I'd like to also talk about some more things with you too as well when it comes to investing and things of that nature. Are you into investing into like actual gold and silver and that type of thing?
No, because it fluctuates. One thing about real estate, it doesn't go anywhere. The pricing on it is always going to go up. You don't have to worry about the market controlling whether it goes up or down on the price. The pricing of housing is going to be at a slow but steady increase always. So I've always invested in real estate. Not saying that gold and silver is a bad investment. If I would have called it a few years back when it was probably like $1,500 per bar, I probably would have. But yeah, I just more so invest in just real estate only for right now.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That makes a whole lot of sense too as well. Diversify your portfolio. And if you choose not, that's cool too.
And see, the thing about it too is that real estate, you can diversify your portfolio in real estate. Whether you have rental homes, whether you buy foreclosed homes, HUD homes, whether you buy duplexes, whether you do new construction, whether you do a whole community. So as many phases in real estate that you can be. Most individuals just say, okay, yeah, I put my money in this part of real estate, but you have probably about anywhere from 5 to a dozen types of things you can do within real estate to, diversify your money or your income. So that's what I try to focus on.
No, you're right, because somebody got to take care of the property. So if you start up your own lawn maintenance or housing maintenance,
roofing, painting, go to school, get your license, go to school and be a general contractor, get your general contractor's license, go to school and be a property manager. I mean, so it's so many, like I said, I started off selling real estate and now I'm developing real estate. So I noticed then when I was in selling real estate that, hey, the money's really over here where the people are constructing, so let me get my own construction company. So I went and got my own construction company, started doing sheetrock, drywall, painting, flooring, things of that nature. Then I said, okay, well, the money's good right here, but the people who really making the money is the developers, the ones who's actually starting everything, who's hiring everybody, who's putting the sewer systems and roads in, and actually putting everything together. So I said, okay, that's where we need to be. That's where we need to be at right here. So
That's right.
it's many phases, many phases. But again, you have to do your homework. You have to prepare. There's not too much that individuals can get over on me because I've been through most, if not all, the phases of this particular game, shall we call it, or particular field of real estate when it comes to development.
No, you're right. I like that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us too, because sometimes we need just a little bit of light to spark that candle, just turn on the light on the inside of the house, which is the most important part. If you ain't thinking, you ain't living. And I know you ain't making no money if you're going backwards. A lot of us are going backwards, and thank you for taking the time out to explain that the checkerboard is deep, it's big. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Like I said, we not playing chess, we playing checkers, strategically moving across the board of life to position yourself and your family in a position where you could become a ruling power. It is not incomprehensible for any of us to achieve that.
And others as well. I have, friends that I've grown up with that now own their own flooring companies and that own their own roofing companies and lawn care companies. So you're impacting families as well. You're not just impacting yourself. You're impacting the workers that come to work every day. You're impacting the realtors that sell the house. You're impacting the convenience store across the street where you just place 40 families in a whole new neighborhood. So you're impacting not just yourself, but dozens and dozens of families in which those monies that are received can go out into the neighborhood and into the businesses that operate, within our own community and be able to support them as well. So
that's right. I like that. Like what you said about, I think Dick Gregory said the best, we don't have a community until we start building things, until we start having our own fire department, our own real estate developers, like you said, our own across the street stores where we're circulating the money back into the community versus getting the bag, getting the checks, and they going all out everywhere else to everybody else's community that's not even living on this side of town. How many stores can we go to in South Augusta and look at the people and say, we know you don't live over here. You're taking that money back over to Columbia County.
Yeah. See, one thing about it too as well, the thing about real estate, you have to be diversified. You have to diversify yourself. Even though, yes, I am a product of my community, the African American Black community, I still have to diversify in order to deal with other folks who I have to work with, who I know that's going to be moving into the community that I build. Because I'm not building, housing just for Black folks or white folks or, Asian individuals or Latinos. I'm building it for everybody. So not just in real estate, but business as a whole, we have to, although in our hearts is who we are, our blood in the Black community, we still in our minds have to operate as if, hey, everything is diverse. And I think that's some of the times where we get hung up at, is that we're all so pro this, pro that we miss out on the opportunities that's out there for us because that wall is up. That wall is up. So diversify yourself in your mind, but in your heart, you got to always stay true to who you are. So
Yeah, that's true. We are part of a global community, a bigger table inside a smaller table, a bigger room inside a smaller room. That's true too. I appreciate that, man. You dropping some good gems right now. We're gonna be Dr. Oscar after a while. You know what I'm saying?
it's
We
coming.
see it coming.
It's coming.
That's right. Oscar, how important is it to get education or to gain education in the world today?
Man, it is. When it comes to knowledge as a whole, speaking or being able to articulate yourself to other people and letting them know your actual thoughts, you cannot buy that. We can't go to Walmart or Family Dollar and buy a book that says this is how I'm supposed to operate. It takes classes. It takes learning how to articulate or learning how to pronounce or say things and operate in hand gestures or body language or eye contact, or it takes learning to do that. It takes learning to know how to look at a contract and read through it to make sure that you're not getting got. Of course, you have your lawyers for that, but the watcher has to be watched. You have to watch the watcher. Doctors need doctors, teachers need teachers, lawyers need lawyers. So you have to be able to understand stuff for yourself outside of just hearing what my uncle told me about, this person or that person or this thing or that thing. That is the most important thing. Education is the key. When our parents was come along, grandparents, they didn't really need education. A high school diploma was great, was perfect. Could have got them by. Our time, a little bit, before our time, individuals with a trade school degree, technical degree, could have got by. That's fine. In some instances, they're bringing that back to where you can get a trade school, degree, diploma when it comes to cybersecurity, trades, things of that nature. That's a great thing. They're bringing that back. But after they realize that, hey, these 4-year degrees, which are needed now in order to get yourself at a pay grade to where you're able to afford these $300,000, $400,000 houses that they're putting on the market right now. And if you look all over everywhere, the price of the housing is in the high 200s for something nice.
Yeah.
The cost of a nice apartment for a 1-bedroom is going to cost you $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be able to keep up with that income level. And the only way to keep up with that income level is if you have education. Today's market, when it comes to job hunting and finding a job, is so competitive. You have individuals who've been out of job that has major degrees. You have individuals that's been out of job or don't have a job that has major experience. So you have to be able to compete. My suggestion that I usually give young individuals is to go ahead and volunteer. Start volunteering right now. Whatever it is that you want to do, don't want to do, is just volunteer for it, because that allows you to get that and gain that experience that you're going to need in order to help you move to the next level when you do get out of a trade school or college. You have to have that hand in hand, because the competition out there already have 5-10 years up on you. So you have to keep up with today's market. Like I said, the cheapest apartment that you may find for something nice in the area is going to run you $1,000 a month. That's just, that's in our area. So Lord forbid you go out somewhere else like Charlotte or New York, California, you getting hit across the head probably like $2,000 a month.
They got this thing out in Cali, man, when they having this housing crisis. You got people with 2-3 jobs living in what they call tent city. They can't even afford to stay in a basic apartment.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So it's the real estate market is wild right now. I never seen it like this in 17 years. So, you have to be ready. You have to be ready. You have to, have some funds ready. And believe it or not, $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 is some good money, but it's not a lot of money. Yeah, people, if a situation arises in your life and you go without a job and for 6 months to a year, that $50,000 can go like a wildfire. So you just have to prepare yourself, prepare yourself to where you have some residual income coming in, whether it's off rental housing. Prepare yourself to get ready to buy these foreclosed homes that's about to get ready to come up. Prepare yourself to get with other individuals who have a piece of income and start an investment club, if you don't want to do it for yourself. You have to be ready. It's just like the Facebook stock that first came out. And when it was at $22 a share. So now we see exactly where it's at now. Over $100 a share, I believe. Yeah. But you have to be ready for the time when it comes, because when it comes, and it is gonna come, and it passes you by, it like I said, it's gonna be like a train running on 12th Street, 40 miles per hour, and you standing in the way of.
It's good analogy. It's a good way of putting it. Now let's talk about your current property that you are in developing now. You're almost done.
Yes.
Tell us about that. What made you choose that location and the name and everything? Give us the background, the backstory to all that.
All right, so I chose a location. It was a part of a 26-acre tract, and it was $400 and some odd $1,000. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go in and just buy a portion of it for right now, with plans to develop the rest once we get past a certain phase of the first portion. So I went in and brought it, made a decent offer on it. They accepted it, and next thing I know, some individuals saw us clearing off and putting the signs up, and individuals, a huge company, I mean major big boy company from Alabama, came and brought the other few acres that was behind me that I had planned on buying. So then they made me an offer to buy the property that I had for 5 times of what I brought the property for. 5 times for what I brought the property for. So it's like it was a crazy number. So I told them by then we had went and got all our site plans done, everything. We was in the way, So I was looking at the number of what I can potentially make versus what they offered me. And I said, we got too far, we're going to move on with what we have. And so what happened is they had to do a shared driveway with our property. So those same individuals had to end up paying me a couple $100,000 just to use the driveway that is going to connect from the road to their property running through my property. So both ways it worked. Either way, it worked out. So the name, me and my wife, we sat, we prayed, and wrote down probably about 7-8 different names, from Mystic Creek to this to that, and we finally landed on Orchard Landing. We wanted to definitely incorporate Peach Orchard Road into the name, so we came up with Orchard Landing, and we started off with the property, which was going to be a 1-story townhouse. Then we went through, did random numbers, did a few appraisals, and it wasn't the number that I quite wanted. So we made them 2-story luxury townhome apartments, luxury townhomes. And so we went in, it was all wooded area. Went in, cleared everything out, put in all the infrastructure. And when I say infrastructure, I mean the sewers, the water lines, the septic tank system, and connected that roadways. So that's where we're at now. We just had our groundbreaking on last week, and we're looking to start building these units here in the next couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks here.
Okay. Dream come true. And look at that. Ever since you were 17, you started off something early in your life, and it brought you here. Ain't that amazing? That's a beautiful story.
But man, I tell you, it hasn't been without heartache. It hasn't been without some sleepless nights. It's been times everything's been up. It's been times when everything's been down. So everything wasn't hunky dory. When I started Art Meets Fashion, the fashion event, it was just after the financial crisis, real estate financial crisis in 2008, 2009. And that I knew then I had to diversify myself. So that's why you may see, well, oh man, Oscar, he got a psychology degree, 4-year psychology degree, and he's doing fashion, and he got the homes, neighborhood he's building here. Ain't no telling what else I got going on. I can't, reveal those secrets just yet. But you have one thing about it, you have to be diversified. You have to stay diversified because you never know what may happen. And during that financial crisis, then when I was in the midst of my real estate career in 2008, 2009, I knew then that I could never go back to just put all my apples in one basket and just saying real estate is all I do. I want to be able to have some things to fall back on. So diversity is key as well.
I appreciate that.
Along with prayer. Prayer is number one. Prayer is what's going to get you through.
I respect that. I was going to transition. I'm glad you did it for me. So shoot, you know what I'm saying? You in the car. Tell me about what's going on with Art Meets Fashion. We know everything you do, brother. You do it big. Let me tell you, because that was one of the biggest fashion shows. Can you tell me in the Southeast region, one of the biggest ones?
I would say I'm going to say Augusta because I don't know about other cities. But I know we usually have anywhere from 700 to 1,000 people out at the fashion event. And man, we had a good time. So we had one scheduled last year in April, and we had to cancel due to COVID. COVID took us out. So we've been rescheduling until CDC, uplift the guidelines for us to where we can have individuals in the building of that particular magnitude. So hopefully, in the next couple of months, we'll be on our way to doing that, and everybody be masked up during that time. And, we do it big. Pretty much everything is already set in place. All we have to do is I'm just waiting for an official date, but everything is already ready to go, from the designers to the artists to the live. I got 2 bands again, 2 live bands. So we're ready. Hosts are in line. So again, we're just waiting for the go ahead from the powers to be that says everything is all clear and safe for us to do something on the inside again. And that's the main important thing. We want to keep everybody safe. Our patrons. We have kids in the fashion event. We have young adults, men, women. We have a host of individuals, over 100 participants in the actual fashion event. So, our main goal is just to keep everybody safe, and that's number one. Number two is just throw a great quality event, and everybody come out and have a good time. Have a cocktail or two and enjoy the event.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I hope we get to kick it off. If not next year, whenever sometime, so people can have a great experience, especially coming from or being in a city like Augusta, which is a little bit smaller than Atlanta. So in the sense of you're creating, you're developing again, my brother. You're developing the arts and the entertainment community here. Even though we give credit to our forefathers like James Brown, which they're celebrating or they were celebrating, you know, his birthday today, I believe.
Today, yes.
Okay. Having rest in heaven to the great James Brown. They were celebrating over the weekend. And also we got younger legends that are coming up, such as yourself, Oscar A. Jessie, which one day hopefully we'll be celebrating your birthday, you know, and I hope you're around to see it. But if you're not, your name transition and may it live on too, just as well, just like James Brown. Let me say that.
Yeah. And I think, you know, I believe from, you know, getting the word from other individuals, news media, as well as individuals in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, that I'm the first Black developer here in Augusta, which is, you know, a phenomenal feeling. It comes with a sense of pride, definitely, and responsibility to ensure that what we do and how we do it transcends across the masses, and to show the quality that we can provide, to show the craftsmanship we can provide, to show the professionalism that we can provide. I'm shocked to know that, you know, there hasn't been another before me. Yes, I know a lot of builders, but, you know, when it comes to actual African-American developers who have started a complete neighborhood, you know, by themselves, that's where I come at a stop. So again, you know, it comes with a sense of responsibility to make sure that I represent, you know, to the fullest. So
that's right. I agree with that. It's a beautiful narrative right there, young man. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your thing. You're definitely doing your thing. As far as like your very essence, you know, on life down here, we got to handle that business too. And you're absolutely right. But your spirit is just good. You know what I'm saying? You come from great stock. Your mind is on straight. Your crown doesn't need no adjusting. You know, from time to time, we got to adjust our crowns, but your crown is on point. Your jewel is definitely shining. And you still, like you said earlier, you're just a humble young brother out here trying to create generational wealth. So for anybody that's listening, paying attention to this interview, these are some jewels that you need to definitely put in your pocket right now if you're not ready to wear them at this time. I understand sometimes it's a little bright. You know, it's going to cause you a little blindness, but your eyes will get used to it. You just got to put it on and polish it and wear it in the way that you feel will be beneficial for you, your family, and your community. A few more things before I let you go. I'm going to hold you too much longer. How did you feel? Because I missed, I don't know if you announced it on your page. I missed it because I wanted to be there, take pictures and celebrate with you. But how did you feel? Was it a nostalgic moment? You're standing at that podium. I seen you. Your eyes are bright. And you're speaking, was it nostalgic for you? Did you get that essence of, wow, look at what I've done thus far?
You know, I actually didn't get that feeling because I know I have so much more to do, and we're just scraping the surface. I did feel like I was watching a movie. I cannot lie about that. I felt like I was watching the movie from, you know, how things was running smoothly, without hiccup, the diversity that was out there. Everything just went well, man. And you know, we had about 130 people out there. We had the Fielding Brothers barbecue. They came and made sure that everybody was fed pro bono, and man, we just had a great time. So it was like an out of body experience that I was just watching something on television. I mean, we even had the people come in and wipe the mic off after every person came up. So, you know, something like that you just see on TV, you know? So I didn't get it wasn't like a prideful experience, man. It was just like, okay, we got this part done. Let's continue to move on, because I know we have so much more to do. We have so many more communities to build. We have so many grocery stores and restaurants to bring to this side of the community. We have so many people that we need to reach out to and talk to about investing in the community and investing in themselves and their family that don't know. We have so many people who family have 40, 50, 60 acres over here, but don't know who to talk to in order to get something started like what I'm doing right now. So, I've been receiving calls from a lot of individuals, that hasn't had that opportunity to actually reach out and pick up the phone to talk to someone who's doing what I'm doing. So it's like now that they have that, I'm getting phone calls from all over, and I'm taking them. I'm taking them because it's important for them to know. And if we don't know, then we'll be stuck for another 20, 30 years and still have that family property, 50, 60, 70 acres that we're going to pass down to our grandkids, that we still got someone doing hunting in, instead of building a neighborhood and putting a grocery store or a restaurant or something on it, So again, I just know that it's still so much work to be done. So I don't try to get overexcited, about, I call them small things. A lot of people thought that was huge, but I try not to get overly excited about things because I know that God is not through yet. I'm on an assignment. It's an assignment to help others. This is bigger than me. I'm here to help others transition to where they want to be and where they need to be. And I just thank God for the knowledge that I obtained through the years. So I try to tell everybody, soak it up while you can, because eventually I'm not gonna be able to give away for free.
Hey, that's right. I feel you. Hey, whether big or small, brother, kudos to you.
Yeah.
You had the intelligence and you had the courage and you have God backing you and all these different elements and things. So we definitely gonna celebrate you no matter what you do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say this too. I'm glad that you have the mind that you have, my brother. South Augusta needs more entertainment and real restaurants. No offense.
Oh,
Applebee's is not a real restaurant. I'm sorry, I don't care what nobody says. It's a neighborhood bar and grill that has seating for people to sit in. That's not no real, true sit-down dining experience. Thank you for saying that. And entertainment. It's sad that if you live on this side, I don't care where you live, Tobacco Road, or you live downtown, Gordon Highway, we should not have to drive past Wrightsboro Road just to go to a nice restaurant. That is crazy.
Yeah. And like I said, the city is doing nothing but protecting their investments. We can't, again, we can't be disgruntled about what others are doing. We have to do for ourselves.
I agree.
If they're not doing it for us, then we have to create these opportunities ourselves. Now that I'm alone, now that I'm here, and hopefully here to be here for a long time to come, we need to create those places where we can build strip malls for individuals who's renting from people who jacking up their rent, and come to this community over here, build by myself and house what you have over here. House your family-owned restaurant right here, and house your beauty store, your hair store, your nail shop, eyebrow shop, eyelash shop, hair salon, whatever the case. House it right here. House your let's build things like, again, we can do it. You have to think above and beyond. Let's build an aquarium. It don't have to be as big as Atlanta area. It can be a quarter of that. But guess who all gonna come? You're gonna catch the people from Columbia, Charlotte, Statesboro, Savannah. You're gonna catch all that traffic before they have to pass by what? Augusta to get to Atlanta.
Come on.
let's tear down the Regency Mall. Stop trying to think that we have to rehab the Regency Mall. Tear it all down. Let's build some outlets.
Come on.
Can you see outlets from the Levi's to the Chanel to the Coach? You know, it don't have to be anything expensive. It can be Old Navy outlets, like the Tangler outlets. Let's build outlets. Let's build. The sky's the limit. But see, the thing is, we're thinking within a box. We're thinking that we have to put stuff inside the Regency Mall as it is now. But no, we're using the property. We got to use the property. And if they want to jack up the property, the owners, then partner with them for a couple of years until they get their investment back. But we can't keep making up excuses as to why we can't get stuff done within our community. Okay, yeah, they want to have 55 million. Okay, 55 million. Let's partner with these folks, whoever they are. Let's tear all this down and let's bring some outlets to this area. Can you imagine outlets in Augusta? Can you imagine that?
I know smaller cities with outlets.
Can you imagine a small aquarium in Augusta? Can you imagine a botanical gardens in Augusta, in the Garden City?
Come on, a little small zoo. Come on.
And it's possible. Everything is possible. Nothing is off limits. Nothing is unimaginable. And I think when you start thinking that it's impossible, that's when you lost the battle.
I like that. That's what I'm talking about. Finally, somebody with vision and with capital to understand and the motivation. That's what I'm talking about. That's why we're going to honor you today, my good brother, whether big or small. Doesn't matter. We're going to honor you and just tell you thank you. Thank you. Give me your flowers while you living. I'm not going to wait till you go in the grave until we standing by the graveside. I'm standing here right now next to the living being. Thank you for having that mind frame, my brother, for real. Because this city could really grow if something, like you said, gets reinvested back into this side. You got Fort Gordon right there off Tobacco Road. That's a whole nother city or a whole nother group of people who looking for something to do.
Yes.
Okay, I know probably hell was a little too long. I know you got to go in a minute.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay. What is something else you want the people to know, Oscar, while you got the hearts and the minds of the people at this moment?
Let's see. I'm sorry about that.
No, take your time. Take your time.
Again, anything is possible. Anything is possible. I haven't always been where I am today. Life hasn't always been easy. I have had my ups. I have had my downs. I have been with. I have been without. I have not had love. I have had love. Anything is possible. Believe in yourself. Number one. That's where it all starts. If you can't believe in yourself, nobody else will. That's one of the main things. I know we all have heard that, but that reigns so true. But believe in yourself, always remain humble, because you can be up one day and the next day you'll be down. So you got to always, like you say, keep that humble spirit, irregardless on where God takes you in life, and just remain humble. Connect with individuals, like-minded individuals. Connect with people who have more than. Connect with people who are on your side, who has your back, who's not going to tell your secrets when you divulge them to them. You have to have those people, good, genuine people, and you can't use them. You can't burn your bridges. you have to find a way to repair that bridge that was burned or has been burned. You have to find a way to prepare it.
That's right.
Because how karma works, you will end up needing those same individuals one day. Some shape, form, or fashion. I can't explain it.
I got it.
But you'll end up needing those individuals one day. So you just continue to believe in yourself, continue to again connect with individuals who have more than who has the knowledge that you're on the places that you're trying to go, and just stay away from the negativity. It doesn't matter if it's a brother, a sister, a mother, daddy, uncle, aunt. It doesn't matter. You have to set your boundaries. Boundaries are so important for your peace, for your mental health. Those two things are too important. You have to, your mind has to be clear in order to hear the voice that God is trying to give you late at night, in the middle of the evening, or early in the mornings. You have to have your mind clear. So, I implore people to, just hold on. You may be going through a rough time right now, but just remain faithful, remain humble, continue to believe in yourself, and you'll get through it. Trouble don't last always. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that I'm saying right now that we done heard over and over again, but I'm a living testament of it. Living testament. So, just continue the number one, just believe in yourself. And there's nothing that you cannot do.
Oh, you didn't freeze, did you?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. No, I was listening. Okay. Yeah. I was like, damn, did he freeze? Okay. No, you're right. I like everything that you said. You said some very powerful stuff, very powerful words, very meaning and motivational into the spirit. And I agree with you. No matter how much something has been said, does not mean it doesn't need to be said ever again. Because sometimes those moments, I know in life we'll be moving and flowing through life, and we'll get stagnated, stuck in traffic. And when you hear those words of old, it's just like hitting you with a whole nostalgic feeling of, wow, my mother used to tell me that, or my grandmother, whoever. Now I need to get back and get motivated because, I'm slipping. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's not wrong with giving a person a little nudge, like, hey, wake up. Get back to it. Don't get stagnated. Don't get stuck in traffic while you out here, because it's very easy to do. So I appreciate you, man. I do. You, like I said, you create a lot of great things throughout the city. Great man of vision and wisdom and understanding. And I just hope that everybody can get behind you and support you in any kind of way. And speaking of supporting you in any kind of way, how do people reach out and get in contact with you?
The individuals, they can reach me on Facebook. I'm usually on Facebook, Instagram. So my Facebook is my name, Oscar A. Jessie. Oscar, Oscar. I'm not a grouch, but it's Oscar A. Jessie, middle initial A. Jessie, Jessie. And on Instagram, you can catch me at Green Space International. That's Green Space spelled out, Green Space International. So those two formats, or reach me by email at GSpace, that's spelled out as well, GSpaceLLC@gmail.com. So any of those formats, individuals can reach me right away. I don't hesitate to reach back out to you. So within 24 hours, you'll be getting a message back, probably within an hour. But I try to stay connected with the people at all times. So that's one thing about it. I try to stay connected with the people. If they have a question, or trying to find out more information on what they should do, what they shouldn't do, and this is just my advice. It's not the gospel. It's just advice that I give to others. So I'm always here to extend a helping hand however I can.
Okay, well, sure. It's your testimony then. So I guess it is your version of the gospel. You know what I'm saying? Oscar and Jessie. Y'all make sure y'all get that book. And when you write that book too, by the way, we need to get that book sometime in the next 2 years. Now. We wait too long. We need that book sometime soon now. And also I like to say, when you running for office, because we need you in office too now. Don't play around with it. My gonna tell me he don't want to run for office. Why says y'all? When you running for office?
Man, look, I was in politics early in life.
Okay.
Early. You know, I was helping with campaigns and all that good stuff early in my 20s, and realized then that local politics is not my thing. So if I did anything political, it'll be more so on a state level or national level. And chances are that probably when I'm in my 50s or something. So yeah. So but yeah, local is it has its disadvantages, shall I say. And right now we're trying to create friends and not enemies.
Hey, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Oscar Jessie for governor. You know, I'm just gonna put it out there now, so we can time travel back to this point. You know, you'll see. Y'all heard it here first. But he may set off as congressman. Yeah, he may Georgia come. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Absolutely, I appreciate you, man. This has been a great episode. I thank you for coming on to the show, my good brother, and just being who you are and just being authentically you. And that's enough.
You know what? I want to thank you too, man, because you know I know oftentimes you don't get the credit that you deserve, but you've been doing this for a long time, and you don't have interviews with Lord knows who, and people here, people there. You know, you're a local individual that's still trying to do great stuff and great works within our city, man. And I appreciate you and the things that you're doing. You know, a lot of people, you may not hear that from a lot of individuals, but you are appreciated. You are a jewel. You are a jewel. You interview a lot of celebrities, but you're the celebrity. You call a lot of people Jews, but you're the Jew. And God has a special ordained purpose for your life to get people like myself stories out and connect people with others. And that's what you're good at. And I just thank God just for the opportunity of being here today with you.
And I'm honored. I'm honored by the light. You know, like you said earlier, you know, the creator, the divine essence of God, or whatever we want to name it. For the people out there, Allah, whatever you're into, that's the essence of God. I'm thankful that I'm here at this time to be able to build with folks like yourself. And hopefully, we will be able to extend everything that we've learned collectively, and it goes into the future and help someone else that's coming along that looks and sounds and feels just like us. So I'm proud to be part of that process.
Yes, sir.
You know. All right, Mr. Jessie, before I let you go, if we can get a drop from you, it's something that I typically do at the end of the show. The name of the show is called My Celebrity Life, and you know I'm GeHolla. If you could just let the people know, just say like I'm Oscar Jessie, I'm on the show My Celebrity Life with GeHolla, or whichever way you want to say it. We're going to conclude and we're going to be up out this thing.
All right, folks, my name is Oscar Jessie. I'm here with Ge Holla, My Celebrity Life. Honored, blessed to be here. Hope y'all enjoyed the interview. God bless. Good night.
Y'all see how you hit that Russell Simmons on you? For those of y'all that's too young, you got to go back and look at Def Comedy Jam back in the 90s. Yeah. Y'all with the Russell Simmons quote. God bless. Good night. Oh, man, I really appreciate you, man. I ain't going to hold you too much longer. Thank you for being on the show again today. No brother, please stay up on your square and keep shining your light. Yes, and anytime you have anything coming up, man, you know, let me know. We can try to come out there and, you know, support you by even just filming, taking pictures, and just being a part of the press, so to speak. And I appreciate you.
Sound good. Sound good. I appreciate you as well, brother.
All right, man. Double tap on the heart like they be tapping on Facebook. I salute to you, yes, King. Sir. Hey, man, right. This is Oscar Jessie. What you mean? Hey. Y'all make sure y'all tune in and tap in. We're on Roku, Amazon Fire, and I'm creating my own. Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm creating my own streaming network. So whenever you have more time, if you'd like to come on, jump on with me, or I can help create a show around everything that you're doing, and we can also air it on our own streaming platform. So.
Sound good.
All right, cool. All right, my brother, I'm going to let you go.